Hang on.
Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 38-year-old from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, a second-round draft pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. His hockey journey took him to Canada, the USA, Germany, Sweden, Czechia, Austria, and Scotland. A staple and legend of the Spokane Chiefs before they shipped his ass to the Red Deer Rebels. He returns to the shed after episode 118 with the other Glasgow clan fellas that has combined for 1,351 goals, plays, or listens. And he was the captain of those clan fellas and ran amok the one season against me with 62 points and 51 games played. And that was at the end of his 14-year pro career. That consisted of lacing up in the Spengler Cup, the Champions Hockey League, and over 500 AHL games played. And folks, he may make the shed legitimate because he adds 27 real life NHL games played between the Chicago Blackhawks and New York Islanders. Welcome to the shed, Matt Keith.
Wow. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I guess you might be able to tell I kind of lost my voice tonight, screaming at the kids.
What happened? You guys win or lose?
Well, we played the team that hasn't really lost this year. And we hung in there. We showed we can compete with anybody in Ontario, but we did lose 4-2. But we hung right in there till the end. And we had a 5-minute lapse, and they scored 3 quick ones in 5 minutes and then couldn't quite recover, you know?
Yeah. No, that's too bad.
Yeah. So that's it now till next weekend. And then we go to the All Ontario tournament. So I hope to play that team in the finals or at least meet up with them at some point because after they won tonight, they had music in this barn tonight. And after they won, played our win song over all I do is win. They played that right in front of my fellas. The boys were upset. So
how old are they?
Under 11s. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2012s and 2011s.
Yeah. They won't forget that.
No, they're going to be ready. And I told them, they played that song tonight, but next weekend when we're at All Ontario's, all that matters is who's playing that song when it's all over. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good.
So we've been trying to, I get into how we know each other. We've been trying to set this up for a while. I finally coerced you into my shed for some one-on-one time, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while. Unfortunately, just for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out. I know we talked a couple times and
you're a busy boy. People are busy at this stage of our lives, eh?
Yeah, I think so. Right. With the, a young family and work and,
so what do you got for kids?
We have a 6-year-old daughter.
6-year-old daughter. And she just lost some chiclets too, eh? Like dad?
She did. Yeah. It was funny because, she lost her 2 front teeth. We were waiting because obviously I don't have my front teeth. And then, her grandpa, my wife's dad, was in Vancouver on a layover, and we went and met him for dinner. He was on his way out to Winnipeg. He's from Trail, and he doesn't have his front teeth either. So right after Lola and I got our picture without front teeth, and he was down, so all 3 of us got it together, right? So
but you look like you have teeth tonight.
I do, yeah. They're just fake, the front 2, right?
So you have the ones that is like a mouth guard where you can spit it out.
Yeah.
A lot of guys can do some good tricks with those. Yeah. Yeah. Seen those go into a few drinks before.
Oh yeah. I used to do it all the time.
Okay. And I guess part of getting into how we know each other is you told the story of you were going to get your teeth fixed the night of your first NHL game or something, right? In the clan episode. Yeah.
It was a funny story. I kind of, my roommate that year, he was just been called up, and we were both rookies, and he had been called up, and I kind of had a feeling that maybe there's a chance that I could get called up, but I wasn't thinking anything of it. Right? You go to the rink, it's just the same. Doesn't matter where you're playing. You go to the rink, you do your thing. You kind of, you go home. You don't think about what could happen. And we had an off day, but we had to go in and work out. And I had a dentist appointment, so I asked the trainer. I said, "Hey, can I come in early and work out because I have a dentist appointment?" So I went and I was working out, and it was in the old Norfolk rink. It's still there. It's a great rink, but the way it used to be, like where the gym was, it used to all be fenced off, like underneath uh, the stadium, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was in there. It was just like a dungeon. So I was in there by myself working out.
You could
and,
call that the undercarriage.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And I was in there working out, and the GM at the time, Al McIsaac, and the head coach were kind of just like wandering around, and was like hanging around and asking me questions and stuff, like about like kind of. And I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know why they're here, right?
How far into the season was this?
It was the end of February.
And this is your rookie year, right?
Yeah, it might have been actually early February. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, anyways, February, yeah, and Chicago at the time, they weren't very good. So we had a really good team in the American League. They had I think we had 13 rookies that year.
That's kind of weird to have a good AHL team and not a good NHL team.
Yeah, and I think we were young. Like we had at that time, we had Duncan Keith. Who else we have? Travis Moen was on our team.
The research team did find that team. Yeah, you had a hell of an AHL squad.
Yeah. Craig Anderson was our goalie, Michael Layton.
And I guess that's how Chicago ends up winning some Stanley Cups a couple of years later, right? Is having good.
For sure, yeah. And those guys, then the next year was a lockout, and we had, we had a really good team, but so did everybody else, right? We had Rene Bork, James Wisniewski, Duncan Keith, Travis Moen, a lot of guys, Sean Thornton. We had good goalies. We had guys that were just gonna, the next year would go on and go to the NHL and not come back, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I know that back to the whole teeth thing. Yeah, I was on my way to get my teeth fixed, and then by this time, all the guys had gotten to the rink, and so the GM called me and asked me what I was doing. He knew what I was doing. He said, "Well, you can get your teeth fixed, or you can get back here, grab your gear, and you're going to Philadelphia." So I couldn't believe it. I turned around, went back to the rink, got my gear, and all the guys were, they were happy for me. I felt it anyways. And then I get to Philadelphia, and one of the guys in the team, right before I was getting ready to get on the ice, I was looking at my sticks, and he cut all my sticks. Right. And I had to make 3 new sticks. I missed meetings. It was just like you're so nervous, right? Before
that says like, wouldn't that screw you up? Like,
no, I am not really. I don't know. I don't think I was really kind of ever the player that could kind of.
There's some guys that would get right messed up when that happens to their sticks.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think I was just happy to be there, right?
Let alone your first NHL game, like any game.
Yeah. No, I think, for me, it was more just like happy to be there and just figured it out, right? It wasn't like I did much with my sticks anyway. It's just kind of.
So who was the game against, your first game?
It was in Philadelphia. Yeah.
I keep picking up background noise. I don't know if it's my fault or not, but I unhooked my headphones for a second just to see what would happen, but I still getting it.
Okay, I can hear you perfectly clear. I think it might be maybe I don't have my headphones on.
Well, I don't know. Once